it's Felicia with Philly Tea and Medicine. We're back again with another video. So today's Sunday, March the 29th, and your girl is back. I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time, and I wanted to catch you guys up with what's been going on with me, as well as my experience so far in virtual medical school. Yes, you heard me right, virtual medical school. You'd be wondering to yourself, Felicia, what are you talking about? Well, given the current climate where everything that's been students across the United States of all ages and educational levels have been impacted, we're literally leaning on online platforms in which professors and students are meeting virtual to make sure that we're still doing lectures, we're still doing our small group sessions, we're still being assessed via online quizzes and exams, and we're still doing case and class presentations. Just finished my life stages course, which was focused on the pediatric and the geriatric populations. I was being assessed 3 to 4 times a week via online quizzes, and that class literally just ended. It was about 4 weeks long. Check. And now I'm currently in my EMED course, in which that class is focused on how we would work up a patient who arrives to the emergency room for a particular concern or presentation, and we walk through a primary survey, our review of systems, our physical exam, all the labs and interventions that we would do for this particular patient. And we are supposed to, at the conclusion of each session, provide a SOAP note, and we do this twice a week, and we meet virtually, maintain a certain level of productivity. And I noticed during my first week, it wasn't really handled the way I needed it to. I was very distracted, and everything just seemed so much more interesting than actually studying. Like, I wanted to FaceTime that person, I wanted to text this person, I wanted to catch up with that person, and I noticed just I wasn't really successfully checking off everything that I needed to do. But before I go any further, I want to make sure that I give a major shout out, a round of applause, if you will, to all the fourth years who have successfully matched. You guys are doctors. Congratulations. I know that this is not how you guys envisioned this year and this pivotal moment in your life to play out. However, I hope you guys realize how celebrated you guys, inspired, encouraging, and a motivation to all med students around the world. I know that I am super pumped and excited as I study for boards, knowing that there is a silver lining through it all. Congratulations, salute. You guys are going to start making some coins, okay? Because we know as med students, we don't see no coins. We don't see no coins. And so congratulations, you landed your first job, and we're super proud of you. And again, another round of applause. So I wanted to go back and talk about my experience so far in virtual medical school and making sure that I maintained a certain level of productivity. As you guys know, I always tell you guys I live in die-by planner. I like to do a to-do list and check things off. However, I noticed that, again, I was distracted and I wasn't really doing everything the way I needed to. And so I implemented certain things during my second week that I feel like helped tremendously. I want to share with you all because, I'm Philly Tea and Medicine. That's what I'm here for, to share the tea on medical school. So anything I learned, I want to share with you all. And so basically the 5 things that I want to focus on, right, is going to be focusing on a specific schedule with breaks, workspaces, dressing up, and scheduling, avoiding interruptions, and your mindset. That I usually like to work with just a block of time, like say for 8 to 12 I will be doing this and I'll take a lunch or whatever. However, I noticed that I needed to be way more intentional. So I now scheduled my time to be an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then I will be implementing 10 to 15 minute breaks in between. And now the good thing about that, and what I noticed with the increase in productivity, was that my brain knew that I just needed to focus on this thing for an hour or an hour and a half, and then I got to relax. I got to break. I got to text somebody within my 10 to 15 minute break. I got to just relax and just chill out for that 10 to 15 minute break. My brain knew that a break was coming, and so that helped out a lot for me. And also, just we're taking in a lot of information, and sometimes you think that just working for 3 hours straight is very helpful, but actually having some of these breaks in between is way more helpful, and it allows your brain to reset and actually process all that information you just took in. Secondly, workspaces. So I'm the type of person that when I'm studying, I like to have a big table. I have things, spread out everywhere. My textbooks are here, my books are there, and also my colored pens and pencils are everywhere. However, what I was doing was I literally at my dining room table was just leaving everything the way it was, and I was going to bed, and then I was coming back and I was just picking up where I left off. But I realized that it started being very like mundane. Like I was feeling as if I just like finished studying and I went to bed, and I woke up and the first thing I'm doing is right back to studying. And so what I tried to do was making sure that I had a clean workspace. And I know it seems very small, but it was very helpful. So I literally at the end of each night, I started packing away my books as if I was leaving the library, as if I was leaving, my cubicle or whatever I used to be doing on campus. And I packed everything away, and then I would start my day again. I would eat my breakfast, all that good stuff, and then I would unpack things slowly. And so what that did was it made me feel like I had a new task. It made me feel like it was a new day, and it just also refreshed me and rejuvenated me. And it was something so small, but I definitely think that if you just always make sure that you create a nice workspace, pack it up, will be helpful for you. Also, dressing up. So some days, yes, we're at home, and most of us are way more productive outside of our homes because, let's be real, the bed is right there. I could just go to sleep. So you might roll out your bed and you just in your pajamas, or you're in very comfortable clothes, and that is completely fine if you're being productive. However, if you start realizing that, I'm starting to feel real sluggish, maybe that particular day, to give you a little extra pep, dress up. You don't have to be dressed to the nines, but maybe you need to just be a little bit more spruced up so that you can seize the day, because you may start feeling like I don't have anything to do. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, but you do have something to do. You have your lectures to complete, you have your quizzes and your online assessments to do. So you still have an opportunity to seize the day and treat each day as a new day. Okay. So if that means, putting on a red lip, well, for my guys, I don't really know what y'all do to spruce up, but nonetheless, make sure that you're doing something to kind of like pick up your vibes if you're noticing that you're not in the best mood to study, because sometimes you have to dress the part and then feel the part and then execute. And another thing I wanted to talk about is scheduling and making sure that you're sticking to that. So number one, make sure that you stick to a cutoff time. Put a cutoff time, because especially as med students, we have so much to study. You feel like you always should be studying. And it's a lot of information to take in, but make sure that you're working as if you were still in school. So if you had like a 9 to 9 schedule, a 7 to 9 schedule, or whatever your schedule was, still try to implement that while you're at home. And also, here's the thing. Everybody knows that everybody is home right now, right? Like the whole world is home right now. So your colleagues know that you're home, your classmates know that you're home, your friends know that you're home, your family knows that you're home. So what does that mean? That means they think that you're accessible to them. You're not. They know that you know that I know that I'm home. We know that, but I'm not available. I'm not accessible to you. So program yourself like that. Just because they want to chit chat right now, you're not available to talk. Okay, so you can talk on your breaks. And the reason why I stress that so much is because what will happen is if you take a call during your designated time to complete a task, that 5-minute conversation going to turn into a 10-minute conversation, going to turn into a 15-minute conversation. And now guess what? You're 40 minutes behind schedule because, yes, it could have been only a 20-minute call, but now it's taking you 10, maybe 15 minutes to get back into the groove and the focus that you just did, right? So we're not doing that. You are talking, or you're taking these calls or these FaceTimes or any of that during your 10 to 15-minute break, and let people know when you're available, okay? Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, put it in another room, stick to your schedule, okay? Last but not least is your mindset. Right now, it is so important to stay positive, to speak affirmations over yourself, because we can only take this current situation one day at a time, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Use this time right now to master all the skills that you need to. Take it one day at a time, be kind to yourself, and be positive. And so again, these are only very quick ideas and suggestions that I noticed that after I implemented last week, my productivity went up. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes you're going to stray away from your schedule. Sometimes things are not going to go as planned, but it's better to plan. Okay, it's better to plan and have something in motion. Please let me know how you feel if you've tried some of these suggestions, or if you have other ideas, please comment below and let me know what you think. But I just want to share how I've been able to increase productivity. And other than that, nothing else is really going on with me. I'm pretty much just studying for boards. Everything's been going well with me. I am in a positive light, and I hope you guys are doing well too. So if you like anything that I said, if you tried anything that I said, if you have any ideas, please comment below. Also, you know what to do. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to do what? Subscribe and watch Philly Teen Medicine. Duh. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.